Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Last Epoch. Mike, one of the senior developers from 11th Hour Games, held his normal Q&A live stream on Twitch, which means I get to bring you Dev Chat 33. As always, he answered lots of questions from the community and gave us some pretty juicy answers. Now, what I've been telling everybody at the beginning of my videos, and again, of course, only if I deserve it, right now, 30% of all of my views come from subscribers, which means 70% are non-subscribers. And if today's the day that I've earned it, please hit that red button. It truly means a lot, shows that you're supporting. It goes a long way with the YouTube algorithm. Okay, as always, I will share my thoughts. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below. Here we go. We now know the third form is the Swarm Blade, and somebody asked a question, how will it maintain synergy with its skills when one of them is minion? It's a great question.
Swarm Strike, the spin attack, because it can gather the minions around you. First off, a lot of the nodes say like you and your locusts in the tree, so there's like bonuses to either. And then on top of that, because you can collect them all up and use them as an ability of like as yourself, they're still useful as personal, like this is the damage I'm dealing. And then if you really want it to be more minion focused, you can still have that attack be, there's a node there that converts that attack to be your minion damage. So you can like, you can take those halves of it and like really push it in one direction or the other. And then the movement skill is, yes, the movement skill, they're always great. And then if you are going a really strictly summon focused, the melee attack, the arm blade slashes becomes a little like, you know, whatever, but there's then that node that lets you, you use it once and then you can like trigger a summon of more locusts quickly, so you can like turn your arm blade slashes into a more minion focused ability. And then there's, I think this was all in the post. So it's like it's you can really take some of your abilities and push them in one direction or the other, or kind of sit in the middle and have it affect both. So it's there's a lot of options to build it either way.
Totally makes sense. Anytime I do a build guide, it has to have perfect synergy. You can't gear yourself into minion damage and into, say, physical damage. There's not enough shared nodes. But the skills themselves, you can push them which way you want based upon how you want the build to go. I'm excited to get my hands on it. Sticking with the Druid line of questioning, how does Rage actually work? Is your mana where it's currently at just transfer into Rage? Mike, break it down.
Okay, so when you enter a form, whether you're going from human form, or going from different transform, like as soon as you enter a form for the first time into that form directly, your mana turns into Rage, like your mana globe changes color and becomes Rage, and it gets set to max. It just goes, it's now Rage, it's now full. Boom, there you go, have fun.
Nice.
Thank you, random name X. You're sad it wasn't. I'm sad it wasn't B form. Yeah, there's. I mean, I was wearing the B outfit, and it kind of. I guess it was kind of a nod to the form we were doing, but yeah, it wasn't a direct reference. And that last letter was very misleading. I did like the beetle. Beetle thoughts. The people.
I got that last letter out of him.
Back to Rage. So yeah, you enter form. Rage goes to full. Things that would charge you mana, like triggered abilities that would charge you mana, charge Rage instead. Mechanically, Rage and mana, as far as like using it to pay for abilities, is the same. Rage decays slowly over time, and is very easily restored in combat. Very easily restored in combat. It does not increase the speed that it decays at. It is a linear. It is a linear decrease, so it's not gonna like eventually lock you out no matter what type thing. So the only way, so like I say, like permaform is really easy. Permaform is really easy as long as you've hit something in the last minute. 2 minutes, you know? Like, I don't know what the actual number is where it goes from full to 0, but it's pretty forgiving.
And that was my big question about Rage. Is it starts out only ticking down 1 at a time and then slowly gets quicker, so at some point you're going to have to transfer out? No. It's a linear Rage leech, so as long as you're getting some back, permaform, easy. Over the last week, there's been lots of feedback given to 11th Hour Games based upon the information on the updated Spriggan. Now, currently it does not have a movement skill, and with the update, it's also not going to have a movement skill. And we know that when multiplayer drops, if you don't have a movement skill, it might be hard to keep up with your party. So the question got asked to Mike, doesn't it make sense for roots to, like, travel underground? Like, it would make sense in the lore of the tree form to be able to move quickly. What are your thoughts, Mike?
We did see that suggestion a fair bit, and like the conversation kind of goes, well, what if like roots traveling underground, sort of like all that sort of stuff, and okay, well, roots don't travel that fast underground. Okay, well, you have entangling roots, and magic is the thing, so you can basically make anything work. We'll look at it. The kit really works well with the abilities that it has, and there's not a ton of room for a movement ability in there. It's possible that we might have some movement stuff that we didn't display yet that helps with it. But I guess all I can say right now is we'll make sure it's awesome.
You caught that, right? There might be some hidden movement for the Spriggan that we haven't shown yet. Or something, you said something like that. Maybe we're gonna be a fast tree? After all, I love this next question. If you are fighting in the Monolith, you kill a boss and you get a blessing. Then later, you go through that timeline again, kill the boss, get a different blessing. Shouldn't you be able to pick between the blessings that you have unlocked? Makes sense to me. Mike, go.
It's a great question. I don't know the answer to it yet. We're not changing that this patch.
But maybe future?
But it is something that comes up as a topic of discussion. So maybe. One thing that I know was suggested at one point that I liked the suggestion of was that like you unlock, okay, here we go. Daedalus has gifted 5 subs to the channel. Thank you very much, Daedalus. Welcome back. Glad to have you here. If you are one of the people that got one of those, congrats. What was I saying? Sorry. I always get distracted by that, but in a good way. Okay, we'll keep going. Let's scroll up on the rest of that question. Where was it? Freely choose blessings. Right. So one suggestion I saw from someone, I think it was on the forums, maybe in Discord, someone was saying, have a, like, be able to freely switch, but have it be like at most half the value of the highest version of it you've ever gotten. It would be tough to do. It's possible. Kind of a pain, but it's doable. So like, have like if you have, we'll just use basic things here. If you have one that's plus health and one's plus mana, and it's 1 to 100 health, 1 to 100 mana are the 2 blessings, and you get a perfect roll health, but you're like, okay, I want to switch to mana. You go find it, you get it, you switch to mana. Then you can go back, maybe you find a perfect 100 mana as well, and you can go back to health whenever you want, but you can only go back to a 50 health instead of 100 health. And then you can go back to mana whenever you want, but the only mana you can go back to is 50 mana. So it's like you can switch freely, and I don't think it really solves the problem, but there's something in there in that it's like not as good, or there's some cost or something. These aren't really items that you're like picking which item you want to equip, right? This is, you've gone, like, the theming behind it is you've just gone through this timeline, you've rectified some situation, you've changed how things work, you're getting a blessing from some god, it is, or like a temple or something, you're getting a blessing. In that moment, they are blessing you with this, like, here I'm bestowing this power upon you in this moment, and it's like too unstable, and it, like, because the other one came from an alternate timeline of the same space, it like kicks the other one out, and that just like, it's like that timeline didn't exist or something like that, and so you're replacing what you have with something new, and that's the theming behind it. So it's not that you're like getting this like trinket that says, okay, now you can extract this blessing from it and use it. It's something like that. And so that's the big problem with having these be switchable. From a mythos. It's the wrong word. There's a term for this that I like keep forgetting. There's from this in the game, a diegetic reason. Nailed it.
Nice job, Mike. They're not changing it anytime soon. Since Warcry is now moving to base Primalist, will the Beastmaster be getting a new skill? Great question.
In the future. Yeah. I don't know why I went this way. I can't remember what it is. I can't remember if we moved something in there already. I mean, I can look. What's the plan?
When you can get Mike to look up the answer, you've asked a good question.
Primalist, Beastmaster. Oh, there's something in there. One of the summons is getting moved into Beastmaster.
So no, Beastmaster's not getting a new skill. Warcry's coming in or coming out, and then one of the summons is going in. It's either Storm Crows or Wolves or something like that. The next question that was asked, I really wanted to know the answer to. What is the level cap on vines for Spriggan, including the large vine?
I want to say 12. And then 4 for the giant ones, because it's like a 3-to-1 ratio. I think.
He said, I think, which means the numbers could be off a little bit, but it's probably pretty close. 12 little vines or 4 large vines. We have officially come to our final question, and I'm going to allow Mike to ramble on for a little bit about differences coming to the crafting 4084. The question is asked, how are you going to change how it feels for the fracture, which is something that we talk about when I stream all the time. As always, Mike, thank you for continuing to do your Friday live streams. The community truly appreciates it. Just like I just said before I'm out of here, don't forget, I officially am on Twitch now, streaming on Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, having so much fun with the ARPG community, playing lots and lots of Last Epoch, building build guides with the community. First link in the description if you'd like to go there and support. If you haven't had a chance to join the official Action RPG Discord, please do so. We're now over 1,200 members. Great conversations every day. The idea is to create a gaming community that could jump from game to game together, so you never start the server alone. Link for that Discord is also in the description. I hope you all enjoyed Dev Chat 33. Mike, take it away.
Kinda. So I think that the major problem with fracturing right now... Oh, we're not doing that. We're not fighting the shade. Let's get a key. Let's get a key. I think the major problem with fracturing right now is that it goes from... It happens... It's a binary state. Happens very quickly. There's no like slow decay to it. It just sort of happens all at once. There's no chance for like redemption or like a cheeky little extra bonus to get out of it. It's just like all of a sudden you're just done. I think that's the part that sucks the most about it, is that it's so abrupt. Yeah, I think that's the worst part about it. And we do need just to clarify here, we do need items to be able, we do need items to be able to have a mechanic whereby they can't be upgraded anymore.
Yeah.
Or at least working on them is very difficult. So like, even as an example, in for example, Path of Exile, when you have corrupted items, there are still mechanics by which you can work with them a little bit. It's just way less than normal, and it's like edge cases and like secret mechanics. I want to say like they're not secret, but just like they're not immediately presented with like the basic crafting options. I guess corruption's not an ultra basic crafting option in the first place. Anyways, my point is that having this just like chance-based, suddenly it's broken, can't do anything to it, that's the part that sucks. So like the big difference is that when in Path of Exile, when you are corrupting something, you know you're corrupting it. You're like, it's gonna not be usable to change afterwards. This is it. This is the end. Like, you can see it coming. There's not just like a sudden like, oh, you got unlucky and it happened. Maybe there is, and I'm just forgetting some mechanic. But my point is that like getting that feeling of like you can see it coming a little bit, you can prepare for it a little bit. Having that more information and control is, I think, going to be very useful.